Hey, do you know who Katniss's first love was? Yes, I'm talking about Katniss Everdeen, the stunning brunette with a big heart and bow and arrow.
I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
She was like the star of Suzanne Collins Blockbuster hit series, The Hunger Games. Now, some of you would think that her first love was Gale. After all, they were forest buddies, hunting game and trading squirrels like they were stocks in District 12's black market. Some of you may think of Peeta, the cute boy next door, who was the male tribute in Panam's 74th annual Hunger Games. I think that her first love was her kid sister Prim. Of course, I'm not talking about romantic love. I'm talking about attachment styles kind of love. You see, we develop certain attachment styles when we're younger, and we go through life repeating those patterns to learn about ourselves and the people we love. For example, Katniss chose Peeta not because he stuck around and put up with all her BS, but because he loved her, in much the same way that she loved her sister Prim.
Look at me! Stay with me.
Always.
So if you're a Team Peeta fan or a Team Gale fan, you're going to want to stick around to learn how attachment styles affect the characters in the Hunger Games and how attachment styles may affect you in real life. So please stay tuned. Have you ever heard the expression that you marry the person who are most like your mother or father? Now, this could be a good thing if your parents cared for you, if they provided food and shelter and warmth and protection and love. However, this dynamic can get a little messy if you come from a broken family like Katniss. Her father worked in coal mines all day, only to die suddenly from a terrible accident. Her mother, bereaved, checked out, leaving Katniss feeling helpless and dejected. However, she was inspired by the two men in her life. Yes, my friends, I'm talking about Peeta, the baker's boy, and the ride-or-die sidekick that won my favor and Katniss's heart.
Trust me, that one hasn't been a girl in a long time. Outside this capital, they're savages, one and all.
Now, his mother, an uppity, thought that the pigs deserved burned bread more than a young girl who was on her last leg. And Peeta, being the kind-hearted boy that he was and a person we all know and love, was willing to take a pretty bad beating to give her that bread.
I was never the nice one. You were.
Now, Katniss was grateful for the bread, but wounded from ill treatment and limped away, but felt empowered that she could indeed change her life. She headed to the forest, where her and her buddy Gale learned how to hunt and trade game. Katniss stepped up by eating what she killed, parenting her sister Prim, and saving her family from a life of poverty and starvation. However, Katniss was still very much wounded, not just from grief, but from the shame of, well, being poor.
Leave it all in, children. This is all for you.
It's cozy.
Attitude.
This caused her to put up walls to protect her heart and fragile ego from further pain and, of course, disappointment.
Look, if you don't want to talk, I understand, but I just don't think there's anything wrong with getting a little bit of help.
For many years, Gale was her main companion, and like him, she learned how to be strong and bold and aggressive. But like any coming-of-age story, Katniss learns that there are so many factors and variables that are just out of her control, like the 74th annual Hunger Games. Now, Katniss had fought tooth and nail to protect her sister Prim, only to have her name drawn at the reaping.
Primrose Everdeen.
Of course, she volunteers, and this is her last effort to protect her. And then the patterns from her childhood start to repeat themselves. She boards the train, and she loses the only family that she had ever known. Like her mother, she checks out. She tells herself that she wants to appear strong for the cameras, when in truth, Katniss is terribly afraid. She buries her fear and becomes stalwart and aloof, while Peeta expresses a gamut of emotions, from shock to sadness to acceptance. By doing this, Peeta was able to shake it off and get his mind in the game, while Katniss was still struggling. Katniss had attained a level of mastery in the forest. She was an amazing huntress, but she didn't have a lot of control over her emotions.
You really want to know how to stay alive? You get people to like you. Oh, not what you were expecting.
So the pattern continues. Only this time around, instead of Gale inspiring Katniss to be strong, bold, and assertive, it is Peeta who inspires her to be soft, loving, and vulnerable. Throughout the games, Peeta never viewed Katniss as a contender. He always spoke highly of her, even admitting on national television that he had the biggest crush on her.
Well, there's this one girl that I've had a crush on forever. But I don't think she actually recognized me until the reaping.
Instead of Katniss being flattered, she was deeply offended and she attacked Peeta. Why? Well, because she was triggered. All that bottled up grief and shame and rejection from her past impeded her from understanding genuine kindness.
What the hell was that? You don't talk to me and then you say you have a crush on me? You just say you want to train alone? Is that how you want to play?
Stop it! Stop it!
Let's start right now.
She thought that Peeta had something up his sleeve, when in truth he would do anything for her. Katniss begins to soften, but she doesn't trust Peeta completely, at least not yet. That is until she enters the arena and another pattern emerges. She befriends Rue, the youngest and most innocent tribute in the Hunger Games. Rue, like her sister Prim, gave Katniss a newfound sense of purpose. She didn't have to be hunted down by their careers. She could strike first and go from playing defense to offense.
They got all their supplies down by the lake. It's piled up in this great big pyramid.
That sounds tempting.
Yet the pattern continues once again, where Katniss becomes the caretaker. She takes her under her wing, now feeling the need to protect her. Katniss blows up the food, knocking down the career's defenses. Only she can't get to Rue fast enough. Rue is caught in the net and unalive by Marvel, one of the career's most vicious tributes. Again, Katniss explodes. Only this time she feels utterly alone. Until she learns that both her and Peeta could both win the games. They could go home and be victors. She finds him, taking on the role of savior and caretaker yet again. When something strange happens, Peeta confesses his love for her, yes, but he also gives her something that she never had before. Warmth, love, real companionship. Most importantly, Peeta was ready and willing to sacrifice his life for her, in much the same way that Katniss was ready and willing to sacrifice her life for her sister Prim.
The way she kissed you in the quarter quell. She never kissed me like that.
Just part of the show.
No, you won her over. You gave up everything for her.
Peeta won Katniss over because he spoke her love language and helped her to relive the bond that she had with her sister Primrose. Now, Gale is someone who's great on paper. He's tall, he's dark, he's handsome, he has valor, he has courage, and he is a provider. He is every woman's dream, but sadly he doesn't have Peeta's strength. He calls out Peeta for being a coward when Peeta did something that Gale didn't have the guts to do. He confessed his love for Katniss to the whole world.
Did you see what he looks like?
I saw a coward.
You don't have any idea what he's going
I don't
through.
care. I would never say what he just said.
Gale failed to understand that there are different types of courage. The first one being valor, which is highly regarded and respected. The second one is vulnerability.
It's better not to give in to it. It takes 10 times longer to put yourself back together than it does to fall apart.
Vulnerability isn't something that is highly admired in our country. However, we really can't love someone without the ability to be vulnerable. Sure, Gale displayed some sparks of vulnerability when Primrose passed away. However, he seemed to be mourning from more of a damaged ego than actual concern for Prim. Furthermore, he didn't even visit Katniss while she was in the hospital. Why? Well, because he couldn't connect with her, not on a deeper level. If he couldn't provide for her or fight by her side or hunt with her, he couldn't really relate to her.
I should have grabbed people. I should have dragged them with me. So many kids I could have carried.
You saved so many people, Gale. Without you, there would be no District 12, not even a memory of it.
It is at this time that Katniss is truly broken.
Prim is gone! Prim is gone! She's dead! And she's not coming back! Get out! Get out!
Until Peeta steps in. He doesn't look to save her or provide for her or fight by her side. Instead, he seeks to console her, loving her and bonding with her, helping her feel safe and loved and secure.
I found these, over by the edge of the forest. It's primrose.
This pattern continues, only now Katniss isn't just a soul caretaker. She can be vulnerable. She can feel free to express her true emotions, knowing full well that Peeta will always have her back.
You love me. Real or not real?
Real.
So what do you guys think about attachment styles, patterns in relationships? And are you Team Peeta or are you Team Gale? Please sound off in the comments below.